Hey everybody, today we're going to make this hammer on this Glowforge. Stay tuned. I've brought up the SVG file in Inkscape. You can see that everything's laid out here. It's going to fit right in the Glowforge, and it has all the pieces that you need for one hammer. You can see that I've done everything in different colors. We got red, cyan or light blue, green, and black. And that's so we can choose the different orders in which the Glowforge performs different functions, and we'll get into that in just a second. Now I've imported the file over to our Glowforge. You can see it brought up on the screen here, just like it's solid in Inkscape. The thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we engrave first, we cut all the smaller pieces internal to the big parts first, and then the final cuts. So we're going to change our order of operations over here on our side. So we want to engrave first. So we have the main title there. Then we engrave that, and then the big cutting engrave we're going to do last. And the reason we're doing the main parts last and the little parts internal to it first, if we cut the big parts out first and our board is slightly warped, this piece is going to drop down onto the bed, and then our laser head is not going to be in focus for these smaller pieces, and that could cause it to not cut all the way through. So it's best if we've set our focus on what our board is, cut all the smaller pieces first, and then cut the outer parts of it. Now I've already selected the bass plywood for here. We actually want to do a medium. These are all set to engrave. We want to draft just for speed, and then we got our cuts. So we're going to set our focus here, set our focus, watch over here, so it's focusing. You can probably hear it in the background. Once it gets done focusing. Alright, so now we're ready. We're going to press print. Here we go, sends all the data up into the cloud, does all the calculations, sends it back to our printer, and tells us how long it's going to take. It's going to take 9 minutes and 34 seconds to get this done. At this point, we just go over and we press the magic glowing button. Now that we got everything laid out, we can start assembly. Some of the things that you are going to need, you're going to need some clamps or rubber bands. I got these clamps at Harbor Freight, a couple dollars. You're going to need some glue. I have Titebond 2 glue, but you can use super glue, you can use regular white glue. Wood-based glue is usually the best for this type of thing. And then a paintbrush or something to spread it around with. And then you'll probably need, you can use your hands for everything else. So what I'll point out here is all the different parts are all laid out. They all have numbers on it. You can see the numbers 1 and 2. These are to assist with the assembly. So 1 and 2 go together.
like so, nice and neat. Then we find number 3. There's number 3. Put her down, and we will assemble this. Here's my prototype hammer. So once we get that down, now we need to start gluing everything. So take our glue, just put glue there, glue there, take our brush, just spread it around nice and good. That's pretty good. So then we take number 4, just on the top of there. Push it all the way down. Some more glue. Going to use a lot of glue. Put it around. Okay, and our next one we're going to use number 5, first part of our hammer. So put him on there. This one's a little bit tighter than all the others. There we go. Push him down. More glue. This time a lot more glue. I'm not only going to glue the hammer part, but I'm going to glue the handle too. Put it down there. Spread the glue around. It's very important to get all the glue on here because it'll make this one solid piece when we're all done. Once it's all dry. Don't want it coming apart in our hands. So we're hitting things with this. Okay, so that was number 5. So then we got to get number 6. Here's number 6. Go number 9, which is going to be this top, so we're not going to glue down here this time. Okay, we got that piece, and now we got our last piece. This piece is only going to go to here, so we're not going to do that side, so I'm actually going to glue this side. It's number 10. Need to put number 11 in. Put number 11 in there. Now we'll just let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll come back and add on the last 2 pieces. Alright, so now this is sat for probably about 15 minutes. So we're going to glue on the next 2 pieces. To do that, we're going to remove these clamps right here. We can leave the others on for right now. This, it doesn't really matter which side you go on, but the key is to put the number on the inside. Right, because you don't want the number sitting on the outside. Unless you want the number sitting on the outside, that's up to you. So let's glue this up. Spread it around. we'll just set that one on there. Gonna line it up with the very front tip. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. This one, you can see, there's the number. Maybe a little too much glue on this one. So we'll wipe it down a little bit. Okay. I almost put it on top of that one. So let's just take it over here. Right there. Line it up, make sure the tips lined up. Apply a little pressure. These are going to slide around a little bit. Glue seems to do that. Big clamp on it. Oops. What's that? Okay, you can see that slipped down a little bit, so we're just going to kind of push it up into place. Check this side. This side looks good. We'll just let that sit there a little longer. That one on top. This one back here. A little bit extra glue there. Another thing you can do while we have this is you can take a razor blade, just kind of scrape that glue off if you want to. Alright, so this has been setting out for probably about an hour now. You'd be safe enough to take all the clamps off. It's a pretty solid little hammer. What we're going to do to protect the tip from hitting everything is I have a little bit of cork. It's a little self-adhesive cork. You can use anything. I would much rather use like a piece of leather to put on the front of this, but cork's all I have right now. If you don't have cork or leather, you can use a piece of felt. You can use all sorts of different items. Anything is soft. You really don't even have to use anything. I mean, it's wood against wood. It's not really going to do too much damage. Not like if you're using a steel hammer or something. But there we go. Not bad. So here you go. Finished hammer made on the Glowforge. You can use this for assembling your boxes now without damaging anything. It has a no tip on one side. I don't know if you can see that. No tip. Got a wider tip on this side with cork to protect our products that we'll be hitting. I added a string. I didn't show this being done, but it's just adding a string on there. Anybody can tie a knot. At least I hope anybody can tie a knot. If you want to make one of these, you can download the plans for free at my website, newhomerworkshop.com. There's a zip file containing an SVG file and a PDF file, or you can just download a PDF file unzipped. Both will work. You should have no problem with them. Now, I can't take 100% credit for this hammer. I got the original designs from a website called cartoonist.com. I did modify their plans so it had the narrow tip. I added the cork. Of course, anybody could have done that. And I added these sides on the ends of it to hide their little cross member in there that kind of held it together. And I also laid it out so you could easily use it on the Glowforge, easily cut it out and just run with it. If you want to see their original design, go to their website and check out their other offerings. There's a lot of other free files on there you can use. There's tips and tricks on how to optimize your laser and how to do better cuts. It's a good site. You should check it out. That's cartoonist.com. Now, if you want to see other projects that I've worked on, you can follow me on Instagram at MakerHomer. That's it, at MakerHomer. That's it for this one. Be safe. Bye for now.